Imagine this. You're scrolling through Instagram. Between reels of travel hacks and gym selfies, a clean-cut guy pops up. He's young, confident, and smiling in front of a Mercedes. The caption reads,
"I made $100,000 this month from passive income. Financial freedom is real. You just need the right vehicle."
Tempting, right? His name? Tyler Bossetti. Mortgage broker turned wealth expert. He preached mindset. He flaunted real estate deals. He offered to help you escape the rat race. All you had to do was trust him with your money. But here's the twist. Tyler didn't invest your cash. He spent it. And now, he's facing up to 20 years in federal prison for running a $23 million Ponzi scheme. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand how the scam worked, but you'll be armed with the tools to spot the next one before it targets you. And hey, hit subscribe before Tyler rebrands as a life coach for ex-cons. Who is Tyler Bossetti? Tyler Bossetti, 31, from Ohio. At first glance, he seemed legit. Started in the mortgage industry, launched Boss Financial, created a spin-off brand, Boss Lifestyle LLC, ran a podcast called All or Nothing, which ironically is exactly what most of his victims walked away with, nothing. But he knew how to talk the talk. On social media, he delivered the perfect mix of financial buzzwords, equity leverage, mindset mantras, your thoughts shape your income, aspirational content, driving luxury cars, sipping cocktails in Miami. To the average viewer, he looked like a successful entrepreneur. In reality, he was just really good at faking it. The pitch that sold the dream. So what exactly did Tyler offer? It went something like this.
"Give me $10,000. I'll put it into a short-term real estate flip. You'll get $13,000 back in 90 days. No banks, no Wall Street, just real estate profits."
That's a 30% return in 3 months. To compare, the S&P 500 returns around 10% per year, on a good year. But Tyler's pitch didn't stop there. He had polished investment decks, Excel sheets that proved the numbers, testimonials from smiling clients, Instagram posts of checks and bank transfers. It looked clean, professional, almost too good to be true. Because it was. How the scheme really worked. Here's what was really happening behind the scenes. Tyler wasn't investing in real estate. He wasn't flipping properties. He wasn't even close. He was running a textbook Ponzi scheme. According to Investopedia, a Ponzi scheme is an investment scam that pays existing investors with funds collected from new investors. No legitimate profit is made. So when investor A gave Tyler $10,000, he'd use investor B's money to pay them their $13,000, and then investor C's money to pay B, and so on. Like financial musical chairs, with your savings, where the money really went. This is where it gets even more outrageous. According to court documents and DOJ reports, Tyler used investor funds to lease luxury apartments in Miami and Las Vegas, buy a Mercedes-Benz SUV worth over $150,000, fly across the country for influencer-style business trips, throw lavish parties and record content for social media, invest, poorly, in crypto. Not a single verified real estate project, not one legitimate profit-generating investment, just lifestyle inflation funded by lies, victims of the dream. This isn't some Wall Street insider drama. Tyler's victims were everyday people, teachers saving for retirement, young professionals trying to build wealth, single moms looking for a second income, college grads overwhelmed by student debt. Some drained their savings, others borrowed from family. A few even took out loans because they believed in the opportunity. One woman told a news outlet,
"I trusted him. He said he was a man of faith. He made it feel like we were building something together."
That's the darkest part. It wasn't just about money, it was about trust, the red flags we missed. So how did he get away with it for so long? Well, for starters, he looked the part. And when someone looks successful, we tend to believe they are. But here's what should have raised eyebrows. 1. Guaranteed returns. Nobody can guarantee 30% in 90 days. Nobody, not even Warren Buffett. 2. No licensed credentials. Tyler wasn't a registered investment advisor. He held no Series 7 or 65 licenses. Zero oversight. 3. No verified assets. No legal ownership of any properties. No project names. No city permits. Just vague descriptions and fake documents. 4. Lifestyle greater than transparency. Always flying, always posting, but never showing receipts or detailed reports. 5. Fake tax forms. According to the DOJ, Tyler helped file 14 fraudulent 1099-INT forms, making it look like investors earned interest they didn't actually receive. The cracks begin to show. Eventually, the cracks started showing. Investors stopped getting paid. Emails went unanswered. Excuses piled up. Tyler blamed bank delays, then partners, then the market. Classic con artist tactics: delay, deflect, distract. Some early investors were paid, just enough to maintain the illusion, but the cash flow dried up as fewer new victims joined. In 2024, a whistleblower contacted authorities. By 2025, the DOJ had launched a full investigation. The fall, court, charges, and guilty plea. In June 2025, the hammer dropped. Tyler Bossetti was charged with wire fraud, conspiracy to commit fraud, aiding in the filing of false tax returns. He pleaded guilty. Federal prosecutors confirmed over $23 million raised from more than 150 investors. Many victims not only lost money, they had to file amended tax returns and explain phantom income that never existed. Tyler admitted the entire scheme was fraudulent from day one. This wasn't a business gone bad. This was deception by design. What happens next? Sentencing is underway. Tyler faces up to 20 years in federal prison. Restitution has been ordered. But let's be honest, $23 million doesn't just magically reappear. Victims may see pennies on the dollar, if anything. And while he sits in a prison cell, the ripple effects of his scam continue. Broken trust, lost retirement funds, destroyed credit scores. The financial damage is brutal. The emotional damage? Even worse. Why even smart people fall for scams? You might be thinking, who would fall for this? But here's the truth. It wasn't stupidity. It was hope. Hope for a better life. Hope to escape debt. Hope to finally break free from the 9-to-5 grind. Tyler didn't sell real estate, he sold a dream. And dreams, when dressed up in confidence and charisma, can be dangerously persuasive, especially when they promise shortcuts. The rise of the scamfluencer. Tyler is part of a bigger problem, the scamfluencer epidemic. On TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, self-proclaimed financial experts with zero credentials are promising overnight riches, crypto schemes, drop-shipping secrets, Airbnb arbitrage with no money down. It's the new digital Wild West, where anyone with a ring light can pose as a millionaire. CNBC recently reported,
financial misinformation on TikTok is growing rapidly, and many creators use buzzwords and visuals to build fake authority.
We're not just battling scams, we're battling algorithms that reward engagement over truth. How to protect yourself. Here's what you can do to avoid becoming the next victim. Check credentials. Is the person licensed by FINRA, the SEC, or any regulatory body? Ask questions. If it's vague, it's a red flag. Verify assets. Don't invest based on screenshots or testimonials. Ask for third-party documentation. Beware of urgency. Scammers often use FOMO to rush decisions. Talk to a professional. Always run big investments by someone with no skin in the game. And most of all, if it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. A cautionary tale. Tyler Bossetti didn't build wealth. He built a house of cards with your money. He didn't flip homes. He flipped trust. And when the cards collapsed, so did the lives of over 100 people who just wanted a chance. So let this be your reminder. Real wealth takes time. There are no shortcuts. There are no secrets. There are only steps. Steps built on discipline, patience, and real knowledge, not hype. If this story opened your eyes, do 3 things. Drop a comment with the words, "Never again." Tag a friend who's always chasing fast money. Subscribe so you never miss another expose like this. Help us expose the hidden dirt, one story at a time. And remember, scams thrive in silence. Let's make some noise.